Good morning, class. Hope you had a great weekend. Today we're discussing common advice you all need to hear. I find it's hard to come across common sense nowadays, and it's hard to implement it in our lives. So I wanted to share some of my tips to how to stay grounded when your whole life is online. So think about it. Your school's online, your work probably is now online as well. So let's just say you're working for 8 or 9 hours a day. You come home, what's the first thing you do? A lot of people go straight to the TV. A lot of people go straight to pick up the phone. Went to go pick up mine, but I'm recording it so I can't show you. But they go to pick up the phone, or if you're in improv class, pick up the phone. So you're on technology all day long, and it's wild because you look at scientific evidence and data and we're all like, oh my gosh, this is frying our brains. Nobody really cares, obviously, because we still do it. I figured I'd put this video out here so I could share how I try to balance all of these things and also stay grounded, stay true to myself, and how I don't go insane, because I've had some times where I'm going insane. So I think the first thing, and this is not an intervention, but it is an intervention. I feel like I'm in an alcohol place. I forget what that's called, but it's fine. You have to realize you have a problem with it until you can fix it. You can't just imagine to wake up and have perfect balance. So you really have to realize, oh shoot, I wake up at 8 a.m., but I'm in bed on TikTok until 10:30. I'm not speaking from personal experience. That's not me. I've never done that before. I just drink acai. I don't have social media. You really have to realize you need a balance before you can fix yourself, if you want to call it that. From personal experience, I would literally wake up at like 8 or 7, probably like 7:30, honestly, before going to work. When I wasn't working, I still biologically wake up at that time. And the first thing I do, I would go on my phone and scroll through Instagram, scroll through TikTok, just mindlessly consuming content. And it's insane how fast that time goes. And that's not only in the mornings. Like, you get home from work. I'd get home from work and then I'd go sit on the couch, make something to eat, and just scroll. And then I'm like, it's 9:30 p.m. Where did my day go? Because you're thinking while you're at work, when you're not on your phone and everything, you're thinking, oh, I could do this today. I get off at 5. My thoughts. I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna shoot some content. I'm gonna take some pictures. I'm gonna study for some school. I can get this quiz done, no problem. I can also go run some errands. And I definitely have time to run through some training with my dog. And and then we get home and we're on our phones all day, and it realizes like that really consumes our time and our energy, and it's quite sad when you think about it, because you're like, that's my whole day just went into something that I can't make money off of this. I can't, I'm not talking about influencers, I'm talking about consuming. I literally sat here. And that's the whole other thing. You sit for hours at work and you come home and you sit for hours. So that's a whole other thing. I wasn't working out regularly. I was depressed and felt really sluggish all the time and just dead, and I just didn't want to get up and do anything. But once I kind of made myself go to the gym, made myself get some energy and movement, feel great, I want to go. Biologically, you can't just sit and expect to feel great. So I also wanted to talk about, the second point I had was setting boundaries, and that sounds really stupid and you already know that, but it's true. You really have to either put screen time reminders on your phone, on your TV, and actually take that seriously. Or what I do is, every time I finish a task, like if we're talking strictly school, I'll finish a quiz, I'll finish a unit, and I'll just be like, done. Or I'll finish, even if it's like a sub-unit, it's a finish of topic. And if you're just like, I can't do this, if you're feeling the brain fry, you're feeling the, everything's turning into ants on the screen, then take a break. It's okay. It's gonna be there. try to set boundaries to intentionally take your breaks. And then my third point was take those breaks seriously. With COVID, everybody's on the computer on Zoom doing their classes online, and the teacher would be like, okay, students, time to take a 15-minute break, or 5, whatever. And then everyone's like, okay. Back to class now. So you're sitting here like this, or like this, or like this, for the entire hour and a half of your class, or 45 minutes, or a lot of people are there for longer. I'm right now currently in class to become a real estate agent. Already started branding this agent, but either way, it's a 4-hour class and we have like 1 or 2 breaks. So we're sitting there for like 2 hours at a time. You have a break, if you have the opportunity, take it seriously. Take your mental health seriously, because it's not healthy to sit down and do this so much, and you have to realize that. And you guys know all this. I just wanted to make a video to hopefully get this seen, so we can kind of be real with ourselves and say, okay, yeah, maybe I do need to flip around, because I was in such a heavy place recently, because I'd let technology take control of my life, because I was trying to be relevant on all these social media platforms, which I was wanting to be seen on social media while consuming it. I just couldn't get off. So, to close this lecture this fine morning, I did want to talk about the type of learning that might work best for you. Now it's 2021. We have options. We have online or fully remote learning. We have in-person learning in some places, and we have hybrid learning. So just running through those super quickly, because I have personally been in all 3 types of learning situations, and I can speak to them. So online, fully remote learning. Personally, I loved it in high school, because to me, I can't say that, that's offensive. I was gonna say high school's a joke, but that's offensive, I'm not gonna say that. There are many classes that some people, I'm gonna phrase this way so I don't get attacked. So if you're very, very good at science and you're just a biology nut, and then you're sitting in a class where they're like, this is this, and this is this, and you're like, this is driving me insane because this is so easy for me. That is where a remote class might help you. So personally, I had already taken all of my high school math credits by sophomore year, because I was in this accelerated math program. That's not me saying I'm smart, because I'm definitely not math smart. No. So I finished high school math sophomore year. Then all I had was English and some easy science and history. And to me, those are super easy memorization classes, because it's good to learn, but it's also, some of those are, you have to memorize history stuff for the tests. You have to memorize, English is really kind of reading and analyzing at that point in high school. In science, the class I was taking, environmental science, was really, hey, let's just apply common sense to here. But anyway, that's not dragging high school, but if you're in a remote class and you're able to focus and hold yourself accountable to get assignments done, that's really what's important. Because you don't have a teacher breathing down your neck. Usually they'll say, here's your course. Here's your fresh lemon parsley candle course. Here's your course and here's your email. This is all you get. That smells so good. And then they give that to you, and that's all you got. And you have to call them or email them for questions. And usually a lot of people don't do that. They're just like, no, screw this, I'm not emailing my professor. If you can do that, great. What's a pro about that is you have, it's all on your schedule. So you could say, oh, I'm gonna do school from 9 to 12 today, and then I'm gonna just do it from 6 to 10 tomorrow, and we're just gonna chill. And if you can get that done, fantastic. I loved it in high school. So moving on to in-person courses, we've all been in in-person courses. It's just normal. You go there from 9 to 4 or from 7 to 2 or something. And the thing is with that is, that's a block that you can't change. Sometimes you may be learning a lot quicker than your peers or a lot slower than your peers. So that's another thing to consider. But for people who like to have a social life, it's ideal. And if that's something that you are held accountable there, you have people in your face to talk to, you have your peers you can collaborate with, you have your teachers, you can just be like, I have a question, help me, then they'll come right over, all that stuff. So you can do that, and that's helpful for a lot of people, and a lot of people like the social aspect and like being plugged into a group. So if that works for you, great. I don't like that because I feel like I learn at a different pace than my peers, and I feel like I don't need to spend 2 hours on a subject that takes a half hour if you really just look at the basic material. But either way. And then the final one I want to talk about was hybrid learning. Hybrid learning is, it makes sense, you know, just hybrid. It's both, it's online and in person combined into one. So where that's actually the course I'm taking now with my real estate class. We meet Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday nights, 6 to 10. But every other night we have homework, we have assignments to do, but we only meet as a class in this little window that we can, and that's our opportunity. We can ask questions. We have an instructor for that time. We have our peers there, all this stuff. So that way you have your accountability, but you also have your freedom because it's online still. Now, some hybrids are in person, so I can't speak to that. I've not done that, but that's, some people, they like that, but mine is hybrid online. So I can still travel somewhere, go wherever, and go in my class and have my time with my teacher and my peers in the class. So that's nice. So that one really worked. You have freedom, but you also have accountability. So hybrid, my favorite, but you have to really self-evaluate yourself and see which one is your favorite. But again, back to the topic of the video, staying grounded when your life's fully online. It's hard, but you really just have to prioritize yourself and your mental health and see where your issues are. If you're struggling, you feel bogged down with all of the online stuff like I was, here's what I did. I took my apps for my social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and I put those on Apple. You can swipe all the way to the right, and it's like on a page over there if you like take it off your homepage. I took those off my homepage. Didn't log out, I just took them off my homepage because every time I'd open my phone, it was right there on the homepage. And that was I just automatically clicked on it. And it helped me. And if that's not gonna work for you and you just wanna get rid of it, get rid of it. It's gonna be there in 2 days. If you need a day, take a day. If you need a week, take a week. If you need a month, take a month. And I understand the fear of, what if somebody reaches out to me? Oh my gosh, because I have business accounts. What if a client reaches out? It's okay. And if you take a day or a 2-day break, it's okay. And if it's that urgent, you can set a timer or you can set a time limit, I believe, on certain apps. Say, I'm gonna only be on here for 10 minutes to check the messages. Don't be on there for 4 hours a day. If you check your screen time, you don't have to be on the phone for 9 hours. I think that's like the average, around 7 to 9 for young adults. Insane. So that's my thing, my little tip with what I do with the apps. I take stuff off the homepage that I still need to use, but just so it's less of a temptation for me to just go on and do. But yeah, prioritize yourself, make sure you're setting boundaries, make sure you're taking your breaks seriously that you have, and end all be all, know what type of learning works best for you, or work environment. That whole thing with hybrid and in-person and online and remote, that can all apply to work environments too. If you're looking for a job and if you say, oh, it says hybrid, okay, is it online hybrid, is it in-person hybrid? And fully remote work, if you're unmotivated and you can't stay on top of yourself in your work, then that's not gonna work for you, honestly. It's gonna be miserable and you're gonna get behind and procrastinate, and that's not gonna work. But if you need an in-person job and you have to have that, and you have to have that communication and that resource right at your fingertips, do that. So I just think it's a lot of self-analysis. But anyways, thanks for staying tuned, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will be coming out with new videos soon about living in Charlotte. So if you're interested, subscribe to learn all about living in Charlotte, or if you're gonna move here, if you know anybody here, and if you live here and have any ideas and want to collaborate, let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.